Okay, so here today I'm just going to be doing a live stream. Give me 1 second. Just noticed I'm not even plugged in yet. I'm not even plugged in. So this is what happens when you smoke a bowl before going live. You always end up fucking shit up. Now you can hear me. Um, so here today I'm going to be doing a live stream. This is going to be the fourth episode of High Minds. This is a podcast series that I'm going to be doing where I educate the people on different topics that is happening in the community, such as fake organics, such as mylar hype, such as sprayed terps, all of that fun stuff that a lot of these other podcasts or whatever you would prefer to call them, whatever they stray away from, whatever they're kind of scared to talk about, we're going to talk about here. So, in the future, I do plan on having guests. I plan on creating this to be a bigger platform and a bigger thing in general. But as you can see right now, we're at the beginning. We're not necessarily fully developed yet, and we still are on our fourth episode. So let's get to it. Today we're going to be talking about. Well, let me just cover the topics. So one of the topics that we are going to be talking about today is fake organic weed. This is a very this is a very weird topic, but this is actually something that is very popular in the market today. We're seeing a lot of brands claiming small batch. We're seeing a lot of brands claiming organic. We're seeing a lot of brands claiming living soil. We're seeing all that weird nonsense lies. So today we're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about last night's fights. That's going to be the first topic. So last night's fights, there was Tom Aspinall versus Sergey Pavlovich. Absolute wild fight. That was something that was really impressive to see. But there was also Yuri Prohashka versus Alex Pereira, which was very weird as well. So we'll talk about those two fights, and we'll also talk about why weed events haven't actually been getting a lot of attention or just anyone going to them at all lately. I'll talk about exactly why that is. So let's get to our first topic. Our first topic are the fights. So there was versus Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prohashka. This one was very, very weird because we got to see that Alex Pereira is definitely someone who can actually compete very well against these heavier, bigger guys because he is a big, tall, heavy guy. He's someone who honestly is definitely probably going to be, I say definitely probably, let's just say he's most likely going to hold that title for a little while. He's someone who is brutally strong, and he is someone who is just zoned in and always focused, which is something that a lot of people lack in life. They aren't necessarily focused and set on those goals that they want to achieve. So when you see someone like him who's locked in, it's something that puts a little bit of fear in people. People are nervous when they go up against someone who's fully locked in and ready to kill. So that was just a very exciting one. The stare down was very weird, but it was it was so interesting. The whole fight was so interesting. It was such a fun one to watch. But honestly, I have to rewatch that one. That was such a strange fight, but big respect to Alex Pereira for finding that hook. He has such a tight hook where it's coming like this. It's like coming from nowhere. It's coming from nowhere. It's so tight in there where you like have no time to anticipate it, which it's dope to see, to be honest. It's very dope to see. I really respect Alex Bejeda, but I really thought that Yuri was gonna win. So I was wrong there, but let's move on to a fight that I was actually correct about. I actually predicted this one exactly how it played out. I knew that Tom Aspinall would go in there and be able to use his footwork very well. He's someone who is very light on his feet, even though he's such a big person, which is extremely weird to see, to be honest. A lot of people, when they're a big person, they move very slow and they're very one dimensional in a way, but Alex or Tom Aspinall is someone who is able to mix it up very well, and he was able to put on a show last night. It was very dope to see, and much respect to Tom Aspinall for pulling that one off because everyone was scared in that building. It seemed like everyone was intimidated by Sergey and not Tom, but Sergey. But that just shows you don't judge a book by its cover. You never know. If someone could be a nice guy, but they could put you to sleep. And sometimes the real alphas are able to be nice just because they don't have to intimidate people at all times. You know what I mean? So I do really respect Tom Aspinall, but I also have a lot of respect for Sergey now. That was very interesting to see that performance. And honestly, he rocked Tom a few times. So that was really cool to see. But let's move on to the topics you guys actually want to hear about, the cannabis topics. So the main topic that I really want to cover today is the fake organics. And give me a second. Let me promote this a bit. Let me tell the Instagram that we're talking about it right now. As you guys can see, we're talking about the fake organics right now. Tune in. So, um, what was I just saying? So the fake organics. So what I've been seeing lately is there's a lot of brands and a lot of even growers that are claiming to be doing organic weed. They're claiming to be doing this, that. They're saying that they're growing in living soil. They're saying that they're growing organics just to promote this new wave that is coming. I predicted this a long time ago. I wish I was doing a video right here because I would clip it in, but I predicted this a while ago. I always said that everyone's going to start claiming small batch. Everyone's going to start claiming that they grow organics or living soil or whatever that nonsense is, just so that they can almost do what they did with the exotics. What they do with the exotics is marketing. It's just marketing. It's not them getting better weed. It's them putting a label on what they're getting so that they can sell it for higher prices. It's just marketing. So let me explain. This is something that happens in all types of markets. We can look at, I can't really think of something that would be good, but let's look at sports drinks. Let's look at sports drinks. They'll say that they have vitamins, they'll say that they have all this and that, but they'll have fake sugars, they'll have all these different types of things that are terrible for you, but they are marketing it as something that's supposed to be good for you. It is just literally all marketing in a way. So what we're seeing with all these different brands, they are throwing organic, or they're throwing this is going to burn white ash, or this is just going to do this, or this is going to do that, just so that they can lure the people in that aren't necessarily fully educated yet, which is the majority of the market, to be honest. I would say the majority of the market doesn't have the patience, or it doesn't even have the time in their day to actually educate themselves. So that gives a lot of opportunity for this scam, we can call it. We can call it a scam. We can call it many things, to be honest, but it's definitely not something that's good for the people. So give me one second. Basically, what I'm trying to say is when they give this opportunity through the people not being educated, which I can't blame the people. Let me backtrack a bit. I can't blame the people at all. Honestly, it's not necessarily on the consumers to be super educated on what they're buying. I feel as if when the people at the top who control what's actually getting put out are not necessarily people who are passionate, but they are more hustlers and they may be used to do other things to get money. Those people will cut a lot of corners and they will just look at their pockets instead of looking at the people's health or the longevity of even anything, to be honest. So let me get back on track. Um, when they give this opportunity through the market not being educated, they just give this opportunity to a lot of different people to sell a lot of nonsense and just label it this, label it that. And at the end of the day, who's going to call them out? Who's actually going to be the one to call these people out? Is there anyone to call them out at all? N- No one, to be honest. So it's weird. I think that some of the people that are even out here calling them out can be the ones that are playing the game. They're almost hiding in plain sight. It's a very scary game at the moment, which I've probably lost a lot of people right now. I've probably lost a lot of people talking this way, but I feel like this is the only way. This is the only way, which I guarantee there's not going to be a lot of people who even watch this. But at the end of the day, I hope I cover this properly. When it comes to the fake organics, though, this isn't going to be the end. This is just the start. So get ready, everyone. Get ready. Everyone's seen the wave with exotics. Everyone's seen the wave with the bags, all this nonsense. So what you guys are gonna see now, and you can mark my words right here, is you guys are gonna start seeing a lot of. Let's use this as an example. Do I have a Myron? I think I threw it away. I hate those jars. What we're gonna see is blacked out versions of this, so you can't see in it. We're gonna see black top jars, so you can't look in it at all, and we're gonna see decorated jars, just a bunch of decorated jars, which we're already seeing right now. A lot of brands. I'm not gonna necessarily throw names out there because I don't know exactly what they're putting in the jars, but there's a lot of people that are decorating the jars and basically making the new aged mylar bags. So this is just the beginning. This is going to be an interesting wave, but I hope we can get ahead of it. I hope we can actually start educating the people before it advances to the level that the exotic mylar bags advance to. But I think I kind of exhausted this topic a bit, so let's move on. The next topic that we're going to be covering is why I think weed events aren't doing so well. So this is going to be a very negative one today. This isn't necessarily going to be a very positive one, but hey, let's get to it. The weed events aren't doing super well because at the end of the day, people aren't trying to be lied to anymore. Just the same reason why when it comes to you throwing a fake label on a bag, like how should I word this? When you are putting organics or like small batch or any of these like nonsense words on it, and it's like shit flour, and it's not flour like. Let me show you guys like some really high level flour. Think about it like this: if you can go to like a dispensary, or if you can go to a like a farmer directly, and you don't have to necessarily walk around in events and stuff, then why would you go to an event? See, like this, I guess I'm kind of like losing myself on this topic. I probably should cover this a little bit more properly. I'm kind of straying off topic a bit, but tell me this: will you ever see something like this looking like this in a bag or even anything at most events? The answer would probably be no. And that's why most events aren't doing super well, is because people are trying to just build it off hype, which isn't selling anymore. A lot of people want to go to an event and see something exclusive, which that's the huge thing about something like Doja Packs. Like Doja Packs is doing these super cool events, and he's doing it consistently, which is super hard. A lot of people are really selling themselves short a bit. Let me say it like that. And that's why realistically, um, with this page, once we get our first check from this monetization, we are definitely going to be doing an event. We're going to be doing it proper. I want to do it proper where I actually have the right growers, have the right people there to vend and just show support to the community. Because if I do an event like that, I truly believe that not only will the consumers get the opportunity to connect with the real growers, but it will just be something that will show the people like there is levels to this cannabis stuff, and some people are quitting on it. Some people are thinking that it's all trash. So if you give them access to it and show them that there is real fire out there, then it will be able to help the people in like a great way. A lot of people out here are just, even myself sometimes, on very negative energy lately. So I think that bringing the community together and doing it proper would be a great way to just overall bring the people together, you know? So I don't know. I definitely think that in the bigger picture, the events that are going right now aren't necessarily for the people. They're more for the pockets of the people running it. So I think really throwing one that's for the people and doing it for the people, and how should I say this? Like actually not necessarily looking at how much I'm going to make off it, but looking at the longevity of it. Like, can I do this event that's going to help me do more events in the future where it's going to keep growing and growing and growing? Because if you keep doing events and they keep growing and growing and growing, that's how you actually bring the community together. Like a lot of people are trying to just fool the community, just play the community at all costs and all times. So I don't know. I definitely think this is it's an investment, not just time, but it's money investment where it's, I see why a lot of people haven't done it yet, but at the end of the day, there is a lot that you can get out of it if you do it proper and you actually team up with the right people in this game. But at the end of the day, there is some weird shit going on. There's a lot of weird shit going on, but there's a lot of good too. A lot of people are just hiding the good and not really sup- I'm not going to say supporting the good. People are supporting the good, but they're not necessarily like highlighting it. It's more like people you notice, let me make a point. I guess it's not necessarily like a genius point, but um you if say if I on my Instagram I have an account brutal 420 reviews. If I post something negative, like post like, oh, is this weed bad, it'll get a lot of likes. If I post someone doing something good, nothing. So it is what it is. I guess we're all humans. We all kind of are caught up in the moment in a way. But I don't know. It's interesting. So what I'm gonna say is, even though there's a lot of weird shit, there's a lot of positive shit that's coming. So stay down. There's gonna be a lot of shit to come. If you give up now, then it's on you. I definitely appreciate anyone that does watch this. I'm gonna start doing a lot more of these consistently. So catch up on them. Go watch the other ones. Go check out more of my content. I've been posting a lot of shorts lately, but we got a lot to come. Stay blessed.